Karma is the universe's way of balancing things out, so if you don't believe in a little bit of cosmic justice, watch your back, because karma may come for you next. Rule 1 in the Navy: never pee off the ship. With a completely wide open intersection, this Ferrari driver still managed to Tokyo drift his way into tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage. If multiple police officers weren't enough witnesses to this offense, it's also on camera on the internet. Not all shortcuts reduce your journey time. Next time, just cross the street like a normal person. This is hardly a normal reaction to increased parking fees, but after finally winning the war against the boom gate, his antics came to an end. This guy learned 2 very important lessons. 1, he's not competing in the Olympic hammer throw, and 2, rubbish bags aren't worth messing with. Here's why you should always choose your battles wisely. A kick of sand isn't gonna do much to someone who has the whole desert at his disposal. Well, as it turns out, hitting a car window with strong objects does indeed break them. If you make an idiot of yourself on a jet ski, then the jet ski might make an idiot out of you.
Oh yeah, that ain't good. Daddy's probably gonna be pretty mad at that one. Ew.
This is probably a sign you need to improve your finishing accuracy when you hit the post from this close in during your celebration. Slow and steady wins the race, and rude and impatient gets his sweet, sweet karma. This guy's a rookie. You can tell by the fact he was trying to steal a bike from outside a police station. This arrest went down as quickly as landing on the go to jail square in Monopoly. If it's in your way, why go around when you can go over? Pedestrians 1, drivers 0. In normal circumstances, drivers should be 2 seconds behind the car ahead of them. Like I said, in normal circumstances. Sometimes karma's waiting ahead, and sometimes it just bounces right back in your face. So it turns out those cones were actually put there for a specific purpose? Who knew? Let's be real. Judging by the amount of people turning big W's into sad L's right before the finish line, I'd say karma's legit. We get it. When you're late to bingo night, it's a real pain. But nobody's above the rules. Not even grandma! I've heard of the Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Karma really hits home. I love the double whammy effect of being caught on camera stealing, but also making a complete fool of yourself. Let's see if you can guess how karma was delivered in this situation. Does A, the fish snap the rod and make a break for it? B, a bigger fish steal their catch? C, second guy misses the fish and makes an absolute fool of himself. Never count a fish out when he's got moves. It's disappointing that some people only do the right thing when they're being watched. Karma often comes in subtle ways. Other times you end up like these joyriders drifting right into a massive ticket. This infamous speed camera prank was nothing short of legendary. Everything was going well until he flashed the wrong car. The chance your prank victim's capable of tearing the door right off is unlikely, but never zero. Graffiti artists can immortalize their vandalism on objects, but that never lasts longer than being caught in the act in your very own video. Don't you just love it when the universe teaches someone a lesson? Go find a real parking space. If you want to pull pranks like this, maybe don't pick the biggest guy in the parking lot.
Sir, we're interviewing unicorns. Oh!
I don't think this is what they meant when they said cops love donuts. These pranksters didn't know they were partaking in a phone swap until it was too late. There's a reason that races have finish lines. It's so when you cross them, you can celebrate, not before. Sure, getting arrested works, but banking on your thief being lactose intolerant is another level of crime prevention. This sharpshooter accidentally recorded the perfect audition tape for the next James Bond. You know it's true love when your clumsiness perfectly complements that of your partner's.
Did you trip?
This trucker didn't want to pay the measly few bucks for the toll and instantly regretted it. Big truck, Not so big brain. Next time, don't drive like an idiot when karma's riding in the back. It's never a good idea to get into a road altercation with an earth mover. As the age-old saying goes, don't stop playing till the ball goes dead. And definitely don't run off celebrating while it crosses your goal line behind you. Car horns are 10% for safety, 90% for being a douchebag. And this customer definitely wasn't loving it when his prank backfired big time. Pretending you don't acknowledge oncoming traffic can also mean you don't see the lamppost you're walking right into. I hope his severance package was delivered to him in a similar fashion. This is what I like to call the reverse of shame. Slowly returning to your place in front of all the people you try to skip. When you realize you're on the same bridge you're trying to wobble. If you ever needed a sign not to attend live sports events, this is surely it. I've seen Mike Tyson do a pretty impressive stare down, but this one might be the best. Everyone's gangster until dad shows up. Turns out his daughter can handle herself perfectly fine.
Let it go!
When attempting to do donuts goes horribly wrong, City Edition. Here's another example of someone following the rules of the road when others are disobeying them. If you don't want to be walked over, don't park on the crosswalk. When you're gonna pull an illegal move like this and act like the tough guy, at least follow through with the execution. I think this is the moment where you start looking for the purchase receipt of your kid. This is what happens when a keyboard warrior finds himself in the real world. We'll fight and it won't fight fair. It's not every day you get humiliated by a tree. Oh no. Speed bumps aren't just for cars. Giant excavators need to slow down as well. This driver picked the absolute worst place to park his car. And here's what the claw machine wizards end up doing for work, living the dream. Sure, kicking things when you're angry often makes you feel better, but next time, I think you'll just try some breathing exercise instead. These machines work best on soil, not concrete. This is like me completing my assignment but forgetting to save it. Here's why they say no phones at the table. Just eat your food, guys. At least he realized that was a bad idea. That's the first step to enlightenment, or just finding a safer way to make work more interesting. If you want to run onto the pitch, you gotta be prepared to play with the big boys. Something tells me the physios won't be in a hurry to sort out this on-field injury. Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction, because your enemies will eventually slip up. This Chad's putting litter crime in the bin. Move aside, Batman. This reenactment of The Lion King is a little bit too real for my liking. When you buy the $100 motorbike off Wish, but hey, at least it was cheap. Betrayal has a cost, one she paid dearly.
Daddy!
I'm sorry.
The pedestrian versus driver beef is one of the most intense around. Rock beats water all day. Here is a porch pirate who chose the wrong day to commit a crime. Turns out the whole police force was in the neighborhood that day. You can run, you can hide, but karma will always catch up. If you're already towing so much with your truck, what's the harm in adding a lamppost to the mix? When you misjudge the size of the puddle you're about to drive through. Maybe he could use some of that cement to make that ramp not as steep. You know when something stupid sounds way better in your head? This right here is why you should hang on to those intrusive thoughts sometimes. Never fully trust your life with Google Maps. A shortcut could lead your car down a flight of stairs.
Police!
Yeah, that's clearly not the police, but I'm sure he'll be meeting some real soon. This player needs to work on being more down to earth before he can even think about getting a touchdown.